Hi everybody, I hope you're all doing well. So here we go, my final video that I'm filming here on New Year's Eve for you on New Year's Day. So in case you didn't see my advent calendar videos, in that I announced the first 12 books that I'll be reading in 2025. And of course, at the time, because these are ones that are picked at random from my TV Read list and was picked in October, I didn't remember what they were, so I didn't have books to show you and such. But now that I have finished that, I can show you the books. And this is just like a quick recap of what I found. So these were books, as I said, picked at random back in early October, and there was only one that I remembered from the list because I was so excited, and it turned out to be the last of the 12. Just my luck. But yes, I'm going to show you the various books that I'll be reading, and this will be the order that I'll be reading them in 2025. So first of all, we have Beatrix Potter by Linda Lear. Now, this is a biography I bought of Beatrix Potter years ago when I remembered after the video that it was in Hawkshead that we were at this bookshop, this beautiful bookshop that was just full of Beatrix Potter's books, that I found this. And I remember starting to read this book, but I don't remember finishing it. So I'm going to see this as a first read because I cannot remember finishing this book or even how far into it I got. So the first book is going to be Beatrix Potter by Linda Lear, all about the lady herself. So we're starting off with non-fiction, then we're going over to fiction with Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garner. This was a book that my mum got really excited about when it got published. I got her a copy, and then not long later I bought myself a copy, but then I just didn't get around to it. So yes, we're going to be going into a more historical setting, even though the 1950s doesn't sound like it should be historical. It is historical technically, with some fiction of Lessons in Chemistry. Then we're going to be staying in fiction, and we're going to actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books we've got of fiction now. So we are now delving into a mixture of things, and it is Deception by Roald Dahl. Now, this was the Penguin back in, I think, was it 2015, 2016, I think these were compiled, decided that they would do a bunch of, oh no, it doesn't actually, there we go. No, it's because I flicked past it. It was, 2016, Penguin Books decided that they wanted to bring out a series of collections of Roald Dahl's short stories, and the titles would actually relate to the type of stories that they were. So you have a variety of them, like madness, lust, and cruelty, to name a few, which they've put here. And the one that I got at this session about Roald Dahl at the Cheltenham Literature Festival was Deception, that I attended. Everyone who went to it got a free copy of one of the books, and it was sat on the chair that you had booked. And so Deception was mine back in 2016, and it's sat on my bookshelf, and I've not read it. So I'm going to be reading a collection of short stories by Roald Dahl about deception as my third read of 2025. Then we're going over to the hardbacks. It's really weird. The first 3 are paperbacks, then I've got a whole block of hardbacks, and then I end in paperbacks again. So those are the paperbacks, the first 3. And here we go into the hardbacks, which is good because actually in 2024 I only read paperback books. So it's about time I get through some of the hardbacks. And the fourth one is The Fellowship of Puzzle Makers by Samuel Byrne. This is a debut novel. I love the fact that this is actually a cut-out piece of Jigsaw, and then you got a whole blurb, and it's all lovely and yellow and that inside. I just love that design. It's so beautifully done. But yes, going over to a debut novel by Samuel Byrne. I'm not sure exactly what year this is set in, or if Samuel actually refers to when it's set, because the blurb doesn't give a date. So I'd be quite intrigued to find out when this one is set. So there we go. Book 4 is The Fellowship of Puzzle Makers. Then 5, we're going to go over to what feels like it's going to be like a Jeeves and Wooster-esque comedy that was the word I was trying to think then. Comedy-esque book, which is Wives Like Us by Plum Sykes, a book that kind of stood out because this was like everywhere. People, I kept on being recommended this, whether it was like Waterstones, Hatchards, Amazon, people on Facebook book groups. It was just like, God, it was everywhere. So I got myself a copy, and now in 2025 I get to read it. So number 5 is Wives Like Us by Plum Sykes. Then number 6, we're halfway there, is a debut novel by Carrie Thomas called Threadneedle. She has published a couple of books since this, but I haven't got them yet. I got it actually the day after it was published, so I don't remember particularly looking out for this. I think I must have just stumbled across it and thought, oh, that sounds good. Oh, it comes out tomorrow, or what, or yesterday. Oh, I'm going to buy myself a copy, because I have it on my Amazon saying that I bought it in May 2023. So there we go. Was it 23 or was it 22? I can't remember. Either way, well, it couldn't be 23 because she's already published a couple of sequels. So yeah, maybe it was 21 even. I don't know. Anyway, regardless of the date, Threadneedle by Carrie Thomas, which is a witchcraft kind of spooky-esque story, from what I understand. Kind of made me think of Discovery of Witches, as well as other things, such as even like Cassandra Clare's worlds, the various Shadowhunter, various worlds and such. It just made me think of that. So yeah, so number 6 is Threadneedle by Carrie Thomas. Then number 7, we're going over to a mystery, which includes jigsaw puzzles, because of course it's The Christmas Jigsaw Murders by Alexandra Benedict. So this is a book that I bought because I love the idea of it, a murder mystery where victims have puzzle pieces and trying to figure out exactly what on earth is going on and who it could be. So I decided to get this in the sales between Christmas 2023 and beginning of 2024. So yeah, I finally get to read The Christmas Jigsaw Murders. Then over to 8, we are back with non-fiction with Franny Moyle's The King's Painter, The Life and Times of Hans Holbein. And this cover, oh my God, it feels like a canvas. It's so beautifully done, and it's absolutely full of Hans Holbein paint. Oh, I'm not doing that very well. Hans Holbein like paintings and such to show you what he was doing at the time, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. And Hans Holbein, he was an extraordinary painter, highly political as well, his paintings. And I just love the fact that each chapter also has a painting specifically, and obviously this is the 13th chapter about Anne Boleyn and such. There's so many stunning pictures within this. I cannot wait. Look, there's little Edward. Oh, isn't he cute? Painted by Hans Holbein, and explores the history of an extraordinary man through his works. And yeah, I cannot wait to read this. I'm just sat here flicking through it because I'm just like, oh, love it. So there we go. Number 8. Number 9, the last of our hardbacks, is Murder at Holly House by Denzel Mayrick. So, is it Mayrick or Merrick? I'd have to find that one out. But yeah, this is a murder mystery of a man who's found dead in a chimney in a house. And how did he get there? What is he doing there? Was he murdered? Was he not? What happened? And so yeah, this is set in the 1950s in this little village, and I just like the sound of it. And again, it was the sales between Christmas 2023 and the beginning of 2024. I decided to buy it. So there we go, Murder at Holly House. And then we're back over to paperback for our final 3, which are The Murder Game by Tom Hindle, a murder mystery party where somebody actually does get murdered, and so it's a proper mystery about what happened to them. And somebody actually in the comments, when I was talking about this in the advent calendar, I thought this was Tom's debut novel. It's not, it's his second novel. But this particular investigator who is investigating obviously the murder that happens, he has written 2 subsequent books for them. The latter one I think came out, I think it came out just at Christmas, literally like the other week, or it's due to come out at like next week or something. I can't remember. But yeah, but very, very soon, or just happened. The third book about the particular investigator who was in this book is being published. So exciting. Well done, Tom. Then number 11, which I'm very much looking forward to, is a bit of fun all round. It's Legally Blonde by Amanda Brown, with Elle Woods, who has her heart broken by the guy who she thought he was going to propose, but in fact dumped her in order to go study at Stanford Law School. In the book, it's Stanford. In the film and musical, it's Harvard. So I just make sure that I did say the correct school then. So she decides that she's going to get into the same law school and go after him to get him back. But in the process, she discovers so much about herself and what she is worth. And yeah, I love the film, I love the musical, and so I want to read the book. So number 11 is Legally Blonde. And finally, number 12, that I was so excited for, and I'm still so excited for, but I know it's going to be worth the wait, is Ken Follett's The Armour of Light. So this is the most recent of the Kingsbridge series, which came out in October 2023. And because I am one of those readers where I have to read it where to match the format, it has to be the same format as all the other ones I've got. I waited a year for the paperback to come out, then got it, and it's been sat in my jar ever since, and now is going to be the 12th read in 2025. I'm going to try and get through these books as quick as possible in order to get to this ASAP, but I'm sure it will be worth the wait. So there we go. Those are the 12 books I'm going to be reading. So I'm going to have to do this in 2 loads of 6 because my arms will not be able to hold all of these up. So we have Beatrix Potter, Lessons in Chemistry, Deception, The Fellowship of Puzzle Makers, Wives Like Us, and Threadneedle are the first 6. And then we have... Oh, my goodness, I'm not making this easy on myself, am I? At all. They're slipping all over the place. Then we have, after that, The Christmas Jigsaw Murders, The King's Painter, Murder at Holly House, The Murder Game, Legally Blonde, and The Armour of Light. So lots of murder. It is basically the first half is more like a mixture of non-fiction and fiction, of like, oh, witchcraft and funny and all this lot, and then this lot, it's like, it's dark, it's sinister. I'm really, really excited for. So those are my first 12 reads of 2025. I hope you enjoy the look of these. I'd be really interested to know which ones that you are most excited for me to read. It'd be absolutely amazing if you wanted to read some of these yourself, if you haven't, to read along, as it were, and yeah, and you can let me know what you think of them when you finished. I think that would be absolutely amazing. So cheers to 2025 with my rather cold cup of tea now. As mentioned in previous video, wherever you're celebrating New Year, I hope you have a good time. Stay safe out there, especially with the bad weather that we're going to be having here in the UK over New Year and such. Have a wonderful time, and I will see you in 2025 after I finish my first read, which is Beatrix Potter. So see you then. Bye.